a decade in the NBA. You know him well. He was part of the Heatles, a two-time NBA champ, still lives in Miami. I'm not going to tell you where. He's joining us now live. So I want to take you back, Mario. You've been in these big, intense games. And I'm watching Game 4, and it was essentially the last 3 minutes was Milwaukee's entire season. If they go down 3-1, it's over. And it's interesting because, Mario, when you played for the Heat, you had a veteran team. LeBron had been around. You were actually fairly young. Battier had been around. Mike Miller, D. Wade, Udonis Haslem. It was an old veteran team. Phoenix is a bunch of kids outside of Chris Paul and Crowder. And part of me, Mario, thinks, man, are they going to be able to close this thing out? Like, young guys in these big spots. Take me back to your career in Miami and the advantage of playing in big games with veteran players. What do they do?
It's all about experience. I think that's the biggest thing. For us, going into our first finals versus Dallas Mavericks, the only person that had been there before was probably D. Wade and Udonis Haslem. So,
yeah,
going into there, we didn't really know what to expect. So it was a little different challenge. And then going into year 2 when we played OKC, we had the advantage over them because we had just been from the finals, and we knew the hunger, we knew the chip that we had on our shoulders, and we knew the extra work that you have to put in to get there.
Milwaukee's a funny team. They've got really one shooter, Mario, like Chris Middleton, and it's a weird team of old guys and bullies and tough guys. P.J. Tucker can have a great game and not score any points. Are you kind of surprised we're in a shooters league? There's never been more shooters in this league, and Milwaukee with one is in the finals. Does it surprise you?
And that doesn't surprise me at all, because I always say when it comes down to the playoffs, you got to be able to execute in a half-court offense. And Milwaukee's such a good defensive team. Their length is bothering everybody. They're bothering, teams, and they're bothering the guards of Phoenix, and they're being physical with them. So Phoenix just has to figure a way to figure it out. And Milwaukee just keep playing the same way, and it's going to be a tough series.
Phoenix was a team that had all these young players, and then Chris Paul comes in. And Mario, you played with LeBron. LeBron's demanding. I remember going to Heat games and watching LeBron yelling at teammates during the timeout and barking. Chris Paul can bark. He can be tough. It has worked with this young Phoenix team. Tell me when you play with LeBron and you get a very verbal, outspoken guy, and you were a younger guy, is it tough? Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? Did it help?
It definitely helped, just because you knew what to expect. Once you have the best player in the world rooting for you and trying to get you to bring the best out of you, it shows that he cares. It shows that he needs you. He needs you. He wants you, to be there along his side and to help out on the team. And, for me, I never wanted to be the weak link on the team. So I was right there pushing myself, just trying to keep up with those guys and do what I can.
Who do you like? 3 games left, tied at 2 games in Phoenix, 1 Milwaukee. Mario, who do you like going forward and why?
I still say the Suns. I've been saying the Suns since the playoffs started, just because I like the chemistry of their team. And like I said, I've always been a Chris Paul fan. He's been a mentor to me since I came into the league, and I just think his basketball IQ and the way he controls the game, I think he's going to be able to figure out and be able to dictate and be able to get Phoenix back on top and get him going the right way.
So Chris was a mentor to you early. Do you remember the first time you met him? Where were you at?
First time I met Chris was when actually we played the Big 12 tournament in Oklahoma City, and I think that's when they was out there for that. That's when they was playing when they relocated. So that was the year I met them, probably I want to say 06. That was the first year I met him.
So a couple other stories. Let's talk about Damian Lillard on the trade block. My gut feeling is Damian is not going to talk much about it for a month because he doesn't want to disrupt the Olympic stuff. He doesn't want to, this story will just take over the Olympics, and I think he'll kind of downplay it. But with Damian Lillard, he is a smaller athlete. He's not a great defender. If you were Philadelphia, how valuable do you think Dame is in this league?
I think he's very valuable. He's one of the few guards that can do anything off the dribble, can create any shot, can make any shot, and he's a team player. And with this league, you got to be able to do both on the offensive end. And like you said, he's not a great defender, but at least he tries. He tries to be there and be a good team defender. And I think for Philly, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how him and B will work together. I think they could be a big dynamic with those two in a pick and roll and the way they can execute and play off each other. But just on the defense end, how good would they be together? And that'd be the big thing trying to figure out for Philadelphia.
Is it interesting, Mario? You could shoot a jumper. There are certain things you can teach a guy to do. You can teach a guy to be a better defender, a better team defender. But there are certain things, like to me, shooting and passing, that are somewhat like natural. Like some guys just naturally they just see the floor. LeBron was that, sees the floor. Ben Simmons literally was terrified to shoot this year.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see in your whole career a guy that could not shoot and then became a decent shooter? Is it possible?
To me, I think it's possible. I think the biggest thing with Ben Simmons is confidence. Once you get your confidence going, you're able to knock down any shot. And, you talk to anybody that can score, any shooter, and that'll be the main thing they tell you. So for him, it's just getting his confidence. Because you watch him in the summertime, he's knocking down jumpers. He's doing that from the outside. And when he gets to the league, it's just a different ballgame. So it's just for him being a mental thing, getting his confidence right, and just getting in the gym and working on it. And that'd be the biggest thing for him. He can do it, but is he willing to do it? That's the real question.
By the way, you played with superstars in Miami. We have our Olympic team now, and it's a weird roster where they just added JaVale McGee. We didn't have a rim protector before that. It's a lot of stars, and you're asking guys who are dominant high school, college, AAU players to now share the ball. Go to the first 10 to 15 games, LeBron, Bosh, Wade, all these guys. Is it hard? You would think the more good players you have, the easier it gets. But was it hard for that first 15 game to figure out, okay, who's taking the shot out of the timeout, who's taking the shot? Go back to those first 15 games in Miami with the super team.
It's definitely tough to figure out who's going to take the shot. And, with the coaches, they just got to figure that out. With the players, they got to be able to, tell whichever one's better at that situation, whoever has a better matchup, or whoever's the better finisher at the end. It's just a thing where it's a respect thing. You got to understand your role and be able to willing to pass the torch or be able to step down and let somebody else take the shot. And with our team, we struggled with that at first, but for D-Wade to take a step back and let Bron, be the main guy on our team, that was big for our team. That's what really helped us take the next step.
By the way, you tweeted 3 days ago you want to work out with the Lakers. Were you serious?
Definitely serious.
You still in shape?
Definitely still in shape. I've been playing the last couple years in Greece, so it's not like I haven't been playing. Playing in the Big Three right now. Still staying in shape. And for me, I just think with my knowledge and the way I've been in any basketball situation, I think I can help any team, not just the Lakers, but for them to say they're looking for a playmaker, somebody that can make a difference on the court. That's always been my role with the Heat. That's always been my thing with the NBA is being a difference maker. So I feel like I can still do that.
By the way, I had a friend just go to Greece. He told me it was the greatest time he ever had in his life. Do you like playing over there?
I did like playing in Greece. Greece is very nice. It's a great country.
Yeah. Good luck to you, Mario. Continued success, and thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Colin. Appreciate it.
You bet. Mario Chalmers, 9 years in the NBA playing in Greece. Mark Sanchez was my friend who told me that. Before he came on the show, Mark went to Greece. He's like, I can't believe. Too bad the NFL's not based there. It's unbelievable. Greece is supposed to be, Mykonos Island, supposed to be just absolutely amazing. Joy with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
So basically they should put a team in Greece and not in London.
I think it'd be hard to get to.
It does seem like it's harder to get there, yeah.
Yeah, but boy, would that be a beautiful setting.
I don't know if they'd agree to put a stadium.